causes. Number one, abafuraine among my friends, Batonga. My confidence, they are Tongas. My confidence. I mean, there is one man. Some of these people, I wish I could mention their names, but I can't. You know, there is this man, even right now, if I text him to say, can I talk to you? He will respond, yes, Chilufya. What is it? So, at the level of socialization, there is no tribalism. It has been conquered by HAKAINDE. It has been conquered. It has been conquered by HAKAINDE. It has been conquered by UNIP. It was conquered. HAKAINDE, much as you say, no, he was standing against a frog. But it was a yes and no. And you know that Zambian people were not scared to vote no. They used to be no. But he used to get yes. Even in these regions that you consider to say these regions are tribal, he used to get yes. He used to get yes. Then when you look at FTJ, because there are people now who are saying, no, these people, even if you put a stone, they will vote a stone. Go to 1991. Chilufya was voted overwhelmingly by the people that you say these people cannot vote for somebody from another region. Chilufya was voted. Why did they vote for Chilufya? Why did they vote for Chilufya? Mwanawasa came in. We didn't have regionalism as we are talking about it now today. Then came Mazoka. The 2006 general elections. 2006 general elections. You didn't see the tribalism that you talk about today. Tribalism was not pronounced the way you pronounce it today. It was not there. 2006. The issue of tribalism was not there as it was not as pronounced as it is today. Mazoka was voted for by people across the country. He got votes across the country. Then, the only issue is when HAKAINDE came in. When HAKAINDE came in, and he was voted as UPND president, there were people that didn't want HAKAINDE. And to thwart HAKAINDE out of politics, they brought in the tag of tribalism. They brought in the issue of tribalism. And the issue of tribalism has been a tag that has been put. Mazoka was, yes, 2001. Yes, you are right. The one that Mazoka won, yes, 2001. Yeah. the one that Mazoka won, yes, 2001. Thank you for that correction. Yes, it was 2001. So, but people wanted HAKAINDE out. They didn't want him. And they brought in the issue of tribalism. I'm not going to mention the names, but there were people that were in UPND that came out and championed tribalism against HAKAINDE. And later on, this issue of tribalism was now picked by the PF. Because HAKAINDE's popularity kept on increasing. It kept on increasing. And the only way they could slow him down is to bring the issue of regionalism. They brought in the issue of regionalism. Just like, the way there are people have brought up the issue of you have sold a kidney. It stuck. It was not true, but because when a lie is repeated, it becomes the truth. When the lie is repeated, it becomes the truth. The same way, the issue of no, Tayali, you have sold a kidney. Some people are believing it is true. When I never went in hospital for a kidney, I went for appendicitis. So the same way, the issue of tribalism has stuck on HAKAINDE Hichilema. It has stuck on HAKAINDE Hichilema. HAKAINDE Hichilema has been fighting to dilute this issue of tribalism. And he has actually tried. Look at the people that he has appointed in UPND. Look at the people that he has appointed in UPND. He appointed Canisius Banda. Canisius Banda himself fell out, went to PF. He appointed RB as vice president. He fell off. They didn't agree. He went back to PF. I know some people who say, no, Canisius Banda left because he was not accepted. But you know why Canisius Banda left? Canisius Banda was the vice president. And HH came and selected GBM also as vice president. They became 2 vice presidents. But during nominations, HH took GBM, and this angered Canisius Banda. That is why Canisius Banda left. That's why Canisius Banda left and went and joined his fellow tribesmen. Then we had GBM. GBM, you know, how did HAKAINDE Hichilema choose GBM as his running mate? He chose GBM as his running mate 2015, January 2015, a by-election, so to say. Why did he choose GBM? Of course, GBM, they split, but one would say, you know, no, GBM left because of tribalism and whatever. Why did GBM leave Edgar Lungu? Because you would want to argue to say, no, but GBM left HH. The question is, why did he leave Edgar Lungu? Because first he left Edgar Lungu. And mind you, even when you go back, you will find that there was a spark between GBM and SATA. GBM had to resign. SATA was Bemba. But they fell off. Was that tribalism? So you can't use that argument to say, no, whatever, because at the moment, people want to, even GBM himself was saying, no. Hey, 2016, it was 2015. It was 2015. 2016, HH ran with who? In the by-election, HH, who was the running mate for HH? In the by-elections. When SATA died, who was HH's running mate? Wasn't it GBM? It was GBM. And those elections were held in 2015. The elections were held in 2015. Then we had the general elections in 2016. Okay? We had elections in January 2015. SATA died in October 2014. Then in 2015, January, we had elections. We had elections, but those elections were not based on, we didn't have running mates. No, we didn't have running mates. Yes, we didn't have running mates in 2015. We had 2016, that's when we had running mates, when Edgar Lungu passed the law. Yeah, when Edgar Lungu passed the law. So that's when we had the running mate. The running mate issue. So now, then from there, in 2021, Bana Lumango is Bemba. Now, you can say, no, HAKAINDE Hichilema is tribal. But you see, he has been trying, HAKAINDE Hichilema has been trying, you know, to dilute this issue of regionalism. Just like Wakaunda was trying to do. He has been trying. And let's give it to him, really. He has been trying. Even in 2021, after winning Nabana Lumango, you will see that some of the people that have been nominated, they were coming from other regions. They were coming from other regions. So HAKAINDE Hichilema, I think he has been trying. But you know, people have continuously held on to this tag. They want to label him, you are a tribalist. He is a tribalist. That is what they have been insisting on. And this time around, PF lost power. And they lost power terribly. They lost power terribly. These people who lost power, these people who were in PF, they were eating. They were amassing wealth. It is a no-brainer. We all know that PF vale iva, and when they lost power, chali bakalipa. They are bitter. They are so bitter that they lost power to HAKAINDE Hichilema. This is something that has not gone out of the system of many PF beneficiaries. Many PF beneficiaries can't still stomach it that HAKAINDE Hichilema is president today. They never saw it coming. They are still very bitter. And unfortunately, they don't have a best way of getting HAKAINDE Hichilema out of State House. They don't have. If you look around, among all those that are busy fighting to remove HAKAINDE Hichilema, if you look around, tell me one person who has a vision like Sata had a vision. Tell me one person who has a vision like Mazoka had a vision. I will not talk about Mwanawasa. Tell me, among these people, Sata used to pronounce his vision from afar. We used to hear of Sata's plans from afar. Way before he even pronounced himself to say, I want to be a presidential candidate. Sata did a lot of things even before he formed the PF. When he formed the PF, from the word go, more money in the pocket. Issues of road construction, he used to talk about it so much. He had a vision. There was something that was promising Zambians, which many of us who were politically attentive, we can still remember. All of us, and many of us who were there when Sata was starting, the issue of more money in the pocket. It's there. It's there. Who has that? Who is talking like that? No one at the moment. No one. No one. Even the Socialist Party, which is supposed to come out because it is so different. Socialist is like the left wing. And as the left, you expect that they would come up with these policies. But listen to a Fred Membe. Listen to a Fred Membe. He saw bitterness. But Fred Membe's campaign or vision is tribalism. But Fred Membe, if you want to talk about, you know, if you want to talk about that, what would you identify? What identifies a person? It's tribalism. But Fred Membe, socialism, yavo. Socialism is a political ideal that has got a very clear, you know, policies, which are so different from capitalism and liberalism, such that if a person is really a capitalist who understands socialism, you would be hearing him talking about policies that are really very different from what we have. Some of them that would even be shocking you to say, can that work? Can that work? But tell me, from an ideology point of view, apart from being called socialist, tell me what policies that Fred Membe talks about. Tell me. I've given you an example, like the way we had Sata. more money in the pocket. It was so pronounced. But tell me, Fred Membe, what? He has been in politics for some time. Socialist has been there for some time. And they have got resources. Even me, at least, in my struggles, in my political lackingness, there is something Ichalovantu. You know it. You know it. Ichalovantu. Zambia must be built by Zambians, must be owned by Zambians. Even me, I have that, and at least you can attribute that to me. If you just want to be objective and they ask you, what does Daddy talk about? You cannot run away from saying, Ichalovantu. You can't run away from that. It is peculiar to me. Zambia must be owned by Zambians. It is peculiar to me. I bring out these things. But Fred Membe, what does he bring out? What does he bring out? It's only bitterness, namasut. But Fred Membe, niba nanikane, niba modela. Niba modela, old age model. But for all of yama suit, bakula kopako kwa yama picture. Niba model. Socialism yaba Fred Membe. Ngatabalela na pali tribalism, ni shinina nikane, ma picture. And I've picked on socialism because socialism is very different. The rest of us, I mean, it is just about names. But socialism is a serious business. It's very different. And really, if somebody is serious, I mean, you would even attract the attention of, the Americans. You would even attract the attention of the Americans. The Western world, you would attract them when you are articulating policies. For example, Malema. Malema's policies, we know them. Land expropriation, and it shakes the world because it is the left side. Anyway, from there you can talk about these others most of these people who are aspiring to be leaders, they don't have clear policies. They don't have. They are just fighting. They are bitter. That's why the PF, they must go. But PF must not come anywhere near power again. Because the interest is not for Zambia. The interest is for themselves. They are missing the money they used to loot. That's what they are missing. That's what they are fighting for. That's what they want. But PF should not be tolerated because they are looters. They want to come back. And HAKAINDE Hichilema, they are looking at him to say, damn it, this guy. Ali tufanya pali supu. Ali tufanya pamuto. We can no longer enjoy. Look at how they were enjoying slave queens. And look at how slave queens were boasting. Mumandeke, I'm a first class. Shani, I'm a hotels, what? Because they were just messing around. And they are busy fighting to get HAKAINDE Hichilema out. And they don't have something concrete. They don't have. They can criticize HAKAINDE Hichilema about load shedding, on load shedding. They can criticize HAKAINDE Hichilema on load shedding. But tell me, what plans do they have? What plans do they have? They want, no, load shedding. Tell me, what magic do they have to come and finish load shedding? My lawyer, who I respected so much, has sent me a text message. And such important people, you don't just let them. You don't just ignore their text messages. You have to respond immediately because I've got so much respect. This is George Chirwa. I have so much respect for George Chirwa. He has just sent me a text message and I was responding. These are lawyers I respect. Not the Makebi Zulu that you talk about. Hey, Makebi Zulu represented you. Did you see Makebi Zulu in court representing me? This guy, Joe Chirwa, came and he was representing me, Mukoti, without any way. Joe Chirwa never got paid anything. Never got paid anything. Not Abena Makebi Zulu. Same company. Anyway, so they are fighting Hakainde Hichilema. You people, I want you to listen to me very well. I know some of you have issues against Hakainde Hichilema. And I know even myself, I've said things against Hakainde Hichilema. But you see, it's politics. Unfortunately, politics, it depends on which team you are on. And you can score either side. But fine, you can ignore whatever I said. On your own, ask yourselves, what wrong has Hakainde Hichilema done to you? What wrong has Hakainde Hichilema done to you? On your own, you ask yourself, don't listen. Don't think of what this one said, this one said. On your own, ignore what I said. Ignore what I'm saying right now. And ask yourself, what has Hakainde Hichilema done to me personally? Whatever hatred that you may have against Hakainde Hichilema, I want you to ask yourself. Don't listen to me. No. Just ask yourself, what has Hakainde Hichilema done to you? Yes, you talk about tribalism. Hakainde Hichilema is a tribalist. Good. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to ask you, in the interest of fairness, in the interest of justice, ask yourself, how has Hakainde Hichilema discriminated against you? How has Hakainde Hichilema done that? Discriminated against you because of your tribe. Tell me. There is so much propaganda. Don't allude it to propaganda. I want you to speak from a personal point of view, not what you have heard other people saying. Not what you have heard other people say. Not what you have heard me talking about. Just yourself. Just yourself. Ask yourself, how have I been discriminated against because of my tribe? This is what I want to bring out when I open phone lines. I will open phone lines. How has Hakainde Hichilema affected your life because of your tribe? Yes, you may have some, walimpata kofi Hakainde Hichilema, walimpata kofi. Therefore, I want you to ask yourself, how has Hakainde Hichilema affected you such that you can complain? And I know on this program, trust me, this program, they pay attention. So don't be shy to come on the program and express yourself on something that you feel you have been discriminated against. Say it. On the contrary, myself, during the time of a PF, I know of a number of people that were removed from their jobs because of being Tonga. For me, I can tell you, I can mention names. People that used to work in the hospital. Somebody is working in the hospital from nowhere, and boom. There is a lady who used to be my neighbor there in Villa Elizabeth. She was just an innocent lady who was working at UTH. She was retired in national interest. A very young lady. She was retired in national interest. There was a time when the PF vice left me about to Ichigumula. Like they entered all the names and they just did a filtered to search for names, Tongas and Losses. And all the names that came up, they just issued letters of retirement in national interest. It happened a lot. It happened a lot. So at least I know of that fact. Even that guy that you were talking about from Ratsa. How many people are in Ratsa who are from these regions? These other regions. How many? We have more people from eastern and the northern part of Zambia in Ratsa. And that is what this guy was reacting to. To say, no, we need to change this. What I was talking about here, the issue of Ali, the issue of Uganda, where you balance. You balance. You need to balance. Where the issue of Kaunda, that is what that man was talking about. That is how Kaunda managed. Because they made sure that when they are doing those selections, they were not just selecting to say, no, this one. They were considering regions so that other regions don't feel neglected. Other regions don't feel discriminated against. During by PF, the tribalism that you talk about, if anything, it came from PF because by PF, they labeled other people from other regions as tribal and they discriminated against them. They discriminated against them. And even them now, they also feel bad. They were feeling bad to say we were discriminated. And somehow this is how you get that kind of talk from that man. That's how you get that talk from that man. Because they were discriminated against by PF. And it's a fact. Lamb B is saying F me. But look, Lamb B, go back, you will see this. People were being paged out of their jobs. They were being paged because of tribe. At permanent secretary level, at whatever level, people were being removed because they were Tongas. Because they were losses. Because they were Lundas. So, this is just not right. It is not part of us Zambians. It was resolved. But PF used it when they were in power. And now they are using it as a way of getting back power. And in their mind, they think that, the northern region and the eastern region, there are more people there. That is a talk that they are bringing. You hear this talk among many leaders. In their mind, they think that no, if we get the east and we get the northern part, then we are home and dry. This is their agenda. They want to divide Zambia. And when they divide Zambia, they know from this side there are fewer people. This side there are more people. So we will get power. They are not using vision. They are not using their plans for Zambia. No, they are not. They just want to divide Zambia. This side and then the other side. And they believe, HAKAINDE could support this side, but they are not many. So they will lose. This is the agenda. This is the plan. The plan is there. They have a plan to ride. They want to ride on tribalism. Because according to them, this side there are more people. This is why even PF today finds itself in big problem to choose a leader. They are in problems with PF right now. Because the tribalism that is in there within PF, they were applying it to HAKAINDE, but now it has gone into the party itself. It has boomeranged and it is killing PF. It is finishing PF. Tribalism is going to eat PF completely. Remember the other day I told you that it is not HAKAINDE Hichilema that brought PF where it is. It is the selfishness of PF that brought PF where it is. Today I'm telling you that now it is going to be finished. It's going to be eaten up completely because of tribalism. And where is this tribalism? There is a tribalism where those Bembas, they are saying, no, it is our time. It is our time. Bembas are saying it is our time. They are telling the Easterners, and they are telling the Easterners, you Easterners, you made us lose power. We got power, Sata got power, and we gave you. Hey, now you lost it. So now it is our time. It is a serious issue, this one. It is a serious issue. It is a serious issue. I feel pity for Mundubile, because Mundubile is the one that they are picking. Mundubile is not tribal. But unfortunately, the people that are rallying behind him, they are tribal. They are looking at Mundubile because Mundubile is Bemba. And now it is time for a Bemba. And they are compromising by saying it should be a Bemba to lead PF. And then a vice should be an Easterner. Then we are home and dry. And who are those? Let's have Mundubile, a Bemba. And let's have Tasila Lungu as a vice. This is what is cooking in PF. This is what is cooking. I'm not saying Mundubile is tribal, no. Mundubile is a person that I know. I know Mundubile. I've sat with Mundubile. I've ate with Mundubile. I've been in his house. He has been in my house. I know him. He's not tribal. Mundubile is not tribal. But the problem that my friend faces is that the people who are behind him, they want to support him because he's Bemba. They want to support him. And Mundubile has to handle it very, very carefully. He's scared. Mundubile, he has found himself in a very difficult situation. Because if he doesn't come out Bemba, he might lose the support. If he doesn't come out Bemba, he might lose the support. And to appease the Easterners, they want Tasila to come in. Because the South African group, there is a South African group, there is the Easterners. The Easterners, I don't know what they have been smoking. According to them, they want to take presidency as a monarch. They want to take presidency as a monarch. There was Lungu. Now it should be Lungu's child. It should be Tasila. Some of you have been wondering, you know, Lungu has been planning this. Lungu has been planning this. Some of you have been wondering why Lungu went to inauguration with Tasila Lungu. It was one way of introducing Tasila. It was one way of introducing Tasila. When Lungu died, the family could not come out, could not confirm with government to say Lungu is dead. Instead, they let Tasila to be the one to announce that. Now, it doesn't matter whether you like HH, whether you like UPND or whatever. Imwe, do you think, if you are a patriotic Zambian, do you really think it was okay for Tasila to be the one to announce the death of a former head of state? If you are just patriotic, for a moment, be fair. Be fair. Be objective. Be patriotic. Was it right for Tasila Lungu to be the one to announce the death of a former head of state? Even if it's his father. Was it right? Certainly not. But they did that because for them, the campaign had already started. It was to show Tasila, to bring the cameras on Tasila. Because this plan was there. If you see from the day Tasila was seen in public, Tasila has just been propped up. We didn't know Tasila. We didn't know. We didn't know Tasila until at that on that independence. I don't know which year that was. From there, Tasila was a councillor. From there, Tasila is fighting with people to be the vice mayor, to be the deputy mayor. You remember the one they were fighting with Shakafuswa? And I even intervened and I said, no, you can't do this, Tasila, slow down. Slow down. But they were on the fast track to push Tasila. Okay, fine. Then came in, after that, they had to remove Mr. Sichalo. One term, they removed Mr. Sichalo. They had to put Tasila there. God knows what Tasila would have been if Edgar Lungu had won the elections. She would have been a minister. Okay, when he lost power, he said, Mwanawandi, I want you to come and take over. Let's go for that handover. That's why Tasila came. It was to show Tasila to the public. My hair is here. My heiress. My heiress, she's here. Bafa Lungu, the heiress comes to announce. Instead of allowing government to come in, they didn't. Whilst Tasila is announcing this side, Makebi Zulu is busy with Nakachinda preparing how to destroy Hakainde Hichilema using the funeral. Makebi Zulu is talking about Lungu's story. Nakachinda is talking about HH poisoning Edgar Chagwalungu. It was all orchestrated. But some of us with a political eye, we have got an eagle's eye politically. We saw it. I saw it in the spirit in South Africa there. I saw it. I said, nonsense. You won't have it. You won't have it. No. You won't have it. You won't have it. We will cut the funding. I said, to hell with your funding. And now let's see who is suffering. Because you thought you are going to cut your Tuma funding and I'm going to suffer. But here I am. I'm still here drinking tea. I'm still here. And in damage Tefironda, you won't succeed. You will not succeed. This one you are going to pay. You will pay because in I'm just a fair man. I'm a patriotic Zambian. And it doesn't matter who it is. Whenever you PND because most of the time even I will not sit here and tolerate nonsense. Tefon bomba, and I pride in that. I pride in that. Some of you people are UPND who are busy today praising me. A few days ago, you were busy insulting me. You were upset with me. Because I was telling you the truth. And you don't come to me and, no, whatever, because you are funding me. Awe. Okonaf makutari. Lesa ali nsunga. God has looked after me. Mpaka nakula. Na kwata nawana. Na wasambilisha na oku wasambilisha. Some of you thinking ndi munene. Nalikwatawa na wakalamba. Na wakalamba na alisambilisha. Na alisambilisha. Avana. So how did I survive all this time? How can I come and lose my faith today? Because of politics? No ways. I'm not going to lose my faith in my God because of politics. No. I will not. I will not. So if you are poor, I will not accept. The same with you, but PF. When Edgar Lungu died, you and I've refused to be part of that. I've refused to be part of it. I have refused and I'm insisting. I will not accept, even by UPND, That is why some of you say, no, Tayali, come back. Tayali, come back. I am telling you to say, no, I'm better off here. Because I want to freely speak. When I'm here, I can freely speak. On any issue. On any issue, I will speak. I will speak my mind. Here I'm protected. Here I've got immunity. Here I've got security. I have got security. Proper security. I want to be genuine. Today I received a very beautiful text message from my mother, my newly acquired mother. She said very beautiful things. She reminded me of UNIP and all these things. I mean, I hope she's listening, and or whenever she will listen this, I'm not going to mention him, but I'm very grateful for that text message and everything that you said. At least it makes me feel that at least there are people that understand me. She understands me, that woman. She told me, you are genuine, you are just honest. And yes, that's what I want. I just want to be honest. I don't want to But PF, what they were doing in South Africa, it's not acceptable. Lungu family. Hey, you were saying that I would defend them. I didn't say I would defend the Mufia Upuba. Felix South Africa, Fia Upuba. Yelama plans pange. They had the plans to embalance HAKAINDE Hichilema. They had the plans, to remove HAKAINDE Hichilema using Ichitumbi Chakwa Lungu. They planned. Tasira, you should announce. Makebi Zulu, you should tell the story of how Edgar Lungu was moving on economy, on how Edgar Lungu was using Uber. Nakachinda, you should accuse HH. HH has poisoned Edgar Lungu. They wanted to put the death of Edgar Lungu on HAKAINDE Hichilema. And when we tried to fight that, that's when they changed to say, no, we will bury Edgar Lungu in South Africa. Again, we saw that. Should we let that happen? No. That's why we went to court. That's why we went to court. Because we were right. We were right, and we are right still. But now, they are stuck. Barabara South Africa, they are stuck. Tasila Lungu, Nanikane, Makebi Zulu, Esther Lungu, they are stuck. They are stuck. Because they thought they would have it easy using Ichitumbi Chaba Lungu. But they still have Ichitumbi Chaba Lungu, and yet it is not giving them the political profit that they wanted. It is not giving them. It is not giving them. They are ashamed. They have gotten, they are drowning in their own poison. They are drowning in their own poison. Because what they wanted to put on HAKAINDE Hichilema, they have not succeeded. Because some of us, we knew the truth. Surely, you wanted me, PF, some of you, because you hate me, you wanted me to sit here and be listening to Nakachinda, accusing HAKAINDE Hichilema that he has killed Edgar Lungu. When I knew the truth, surely did you want me to do that? You wanted me to sit here, you wanted me to come here and back Nakachinda to say, yes, HAKAINDE Hichilema has poisoned this man. You really wanted me to do that? I can never do that. Not even if it is coming from you, PND. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. And some of you who are objective, you have seen my threat. Okonafma, you have seen my threat. It was at a height where I was busy campaigning against HAKAINDE Hichilema. In 2017. 2017, I was busy campaigning against HAKAINDE Hichilema. But when they arrested him and accused him of treason, I changed. I said no. I was with my PF. I was with my PF before the Mungu incidents. I was with my PF. But when that came up, in that moment, I flipped. I said no. And they arrested me. They arrested me. I'm just going back to tell you to say, ndaflipa epala ngafyabe bulokulondoloka ndaflipa awe ndaflipa awe anshakwata nensoni inshakwata nensoni nkuflipa mufya bulokulondoloka awe mu 2017 go back na li business na Hakainde Hichilema nyapa napa twalelo to makoti shani antola kuna nikane kuli vinsto twalelo na Hakainde Hichilema. But that day when they arrested Hakainde Hichilema, they went to his house and what. I said, no, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. I refused and I got arrested for it. So even yapa ukutwa fuma, I left the country with the help of the PF. I left the country with the help of the PF. I went as far as where I am with the help of the PF. But when they brought in the issue of Edgar Lungu, which didn't make sense, I flipped. And I can do it 100 times. I don't regret. And those of you, mweba mpata aba ku PF mwalimpatirapo. Honestly, did you think that I was going to agree with Nakachinda to say HHI Paya Edgar Lungu? Even if nalimupata HH. And by the way, this is not about me friendship with Hakainde Hichilema. No. It is about the truth. It's about the truth. Did you want me to accept that no, Edgar Lungu story, Iyakwa Makebi Zulu? Did you want me to accept? Did you want me to buy into Makebi Zulu's schemes? Because there were schemes there to take over using Ichitumbi Chakwa Edgar Chagwalungu. And they are stuck. So those people in South Africa, they are stuck now at Ichitumbi. And that is like a group. The Easterners. The Easterners. The Easterners. The Easterners. They are there. And according to them, Makebi Zulu should be president. Vice. Tasila Lungu. We know. Do you really think these people are politicians? Do you really think these people are politicians? Do you really think these people can handle the issue of regionalism that we are talking about? Compare what those people in South Africa are doing with what HH has been doing. Compare. Because HH, he has been trying to bring in others. He brought in, like I told you, he brought in Kanishas Banda. He brought in Arabi. He has brought in Mutalena Lumango. Now, these people who are saying HH is tribal, they want Makebi Zulu president, Tasila Lungu vice president. You people, who is trying to dilute the issue of regionalism here? Who? So that is one group. That group which is in South Africa is a work-on-work group. Against the northerners, Mundubile this side. They don't want Esther Lungu, Makebi Zulu, Natasila Wabo. They don't want the Mundubile. They don't want. They are doing everything possible to fight the northerners. And this is within tribalism. Tribalism. They are busy now. Now Mundubile, I didn't know. You have seen how Mundubile has come up. Eh? Now you are a coward, you are a coward. Mambara na imanu. I didn't know. Eh? But those are South Africa, no. And Nakachinda is with them. That's why you saw Nakachinda coming up to say, we don't want tribalism here. Hey, if you are going to come here just because of the tribe that you speak, Nakachinda nakawa. Nakawa, because alikuliwa wako ni wako. Alikuliwa wako ni wako. Eh, ukuna kweno, ukuna nikano, kuna ima. Bemba na ima. Naikawa. And where is my brother, Given Nuvinda? My brother, Given Nuvinda, is in between. He's looking this side. Who is going to support me? Who is going to support me? Who is going to support me? Poor man is lousy. He doesn't have a losing battalion behind him. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. So the man is in between. Good as he may be as a leader, like I've told you, given Luwinda really, he is a good leader. He is an experienced leader. Given Luwinda has delivered. He has delivered. Given Luwinda has initiated a number of things in Zambia. The parliamentary offices that you have, it's given Luwinda. And other countries have even copied, you know, that initiative. Like Ghana, they have copied. You know, he is a good leader. But he doesn't have people behind him. He doesn't have. He is in between. He is in between. The only man that is trailing behind him is this guy, Kapita Chanda. Kapita Chanda is the one that is there, but who is Peter Chanda? Who is Peter Chanda? He's also getting frustrated and he's coming up to say, no, we are on our own. Peter Chanda is also now coming up, we are on our own. And then there are those now, those who have been in South Africa, there are those, I'm told there are some rich guys in South Africa who are funding, you know, the Esther Lungu and whatever. But even them, now you are tricky. But the biggest issue is the proper tribalism. Ordinarily, it would have been given Luwinda and Brand Munduwile doing it, battling it out. But unfortunately, the issue of tribals come in, where given Luwinda, he's pushed in a corner. He's pushed in a corner. In spite of being a good leader, he's being pushed aside. Because the Wakoniwako don't want to support him. The Wakoniwako rejected, they were the first ones to reject given Luwinda. When others were putting in money to be presidential candidates, the Wakoniwako, they put given Luwinda aside. They said, you should not pay. The Wakoniwako. And maybe they might accept given Luwinda just to fight the Bemba. The Bembas. Because the Wakoniwako, now they don't want the Bembas. And the Bembas are saying, no ways, but Wakoniwako, you won't have it. Because you lost power. And this is politics. This is not a monarchy. So if I game PF up, na ikaba number. Na ikaba. Given Luwinda is in between. So when you look at now, when you're talking about tribalism really, with what I'm telling you, surely, unless you have something personal, which I would like to hear, that HAKAINDE Hichilema did to you. But I think it is time that we should move away from this issue of labeling HAKAINDE Hichilema tribal, because he has actually tried. It is yet not there. We are not yet there, but there is something. There is something. There is something. Balabana Rumango, HAKAINDE Hichilema is balancing it up. That's why Bana Rumango is there. That's why Bana Rumango is there. Bana Rumango, I mean, with due respect to her, she's just an humble woman. But because HAKAINDE Hichilema wants to balance it up, like this situation here. This situation here. The problem is Bobby Wine has done so much propaganda. Bobby Wine is doing so much propaganda. Social media. Bobby Wine has really flooded social media. such that some of you might, when you watch social media, you will think that Bobby Wine has it in Uganda. So everything about Moses Ali has been just diluted. But anyway, the point I'm trying to tell you, I was giving you that situation of Museveni keeping such people, and I see the same thing happening with HAKAINDE Hichilema. There are a number of people that you can point at. There are a number of people that you can point at to say, this one, what is he doing? This one, what is he doing? For me, I actually respect HAKAINDE Hichilema for that. There are some people who are in the UPND government who don't really deserve to be there. They don't deserve to be there. But HAKAINDE Hichilema has kept them. In spite of some of the propaganda that people have been running, but HAKAINDE Hichilema has kept them. He has maintained them. And if you count, HAKAINDE Hichilema has fired more people from this region that you claim that he's biased to. He has fired more of those than this side. You check the people that have been fired, because you just like talking about no HAKAINDE. Check the people that have been fired. You will find that there are more of this side than this side. Some of these people from this side, he is really leaving them. There are a number of people that I can mention to say, Uyungadi Uyu. Hey, but at this point, I'm sparing them, because me attacking them, it is as good as attacking HAKAINDE Hichilema for now. But there are some people, really, there are some ministers who are problematic, who are corrupt. But because, Balefumokuk side, HAKAINDE Hichilema wants to maintain that. But look at the PF that is accusing HAKAINDE Hichilema. Look at what they are doing themselves. They have divided themselves in tribal politics. They are peddling tribal politics. And yet, they have got the guts, the audacity to point at HAKAINDE Hichilema. And yet themselves, they are saying, no, Makebi Zulu, president. Tasila Lungu, vice president. Ukuk side, no, this person, because he's Bemba. Oh, no, this one, Given Lubinda, no, he can't be, because he's Lozi. My brothers and sisters, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Yes, Garin Kombo, fired. Garin Kombo, a very senior member of UPND. A Tonga, by the way. A Tonga. But I tell you, what happened at local government has happened in other ministries. It has happened in other ministry. There is a minister, a Bemba minister. There is a Bemba minister. A Bemba minister who would have gone because the guy is corrupt. The guy is cantankerous. But HAKAINDE Hichilema has just kept him there. Like what I was talking about here. Because my politics, you're being emotional. You would mess it up. So HAKAINDE Hichilema, let's give him chance. These people that are busy talking about what? See them for what they are. See what is happening. See what is happening. In their own party, see what is happening. See what they are doing. I'm going to open phone lines so that you can challenge me, because yes, maybe I see these things from this point of view, but maybe you have a different view. But from my point of view, I think HAKAINDE Hichilema has just been messed up with this issue of tribe. And Zambia itself is not as tribal, because we tolerate each other. And yet, on the political level, there are people who want to bring this in our minds. That no, these people are tribal, so that we can hate them. And according to them, they think that at the end of the day, we are more this side. But they can't win. Even on a political level, they can't. They can't win. What HAKAINDE Hichilema has done throughout, it can succeed. It can succeed. And this brings me to, I think I'll leave this priest for tonight, because Nalanda Sana, I'll leave Father Oscar I will just come, I'll bring it as a topic on its own, on church leaders who are meddling in